Good morning and welcome to our first long form content on the Bigwood estate. This year we've been quite busy. Down here, as you can see now, I'm by a wetland, and this wader scrape was actually dug by us this summer. We've put this in because it's going to really benefit this part of the field. It's always been quite waterlogged, and so we can't really do anything in terms of managing it for normal farming, growing anything on here. So its ecological value when you create wetland scrapes like this is just brilliant. In this video we're going to be talking about an area that we've cleared to create a bird hide. We begin late summer coming in and cutting back with a brush cutter, a hedge cutter and a chainsaw to clear a path all the way through to an elevated section that we have just behind our reservoir. We're opening it up to allow a little bit more light to come in, so removing some of these top branches and just clearing enough space that I can get a small excavator and a little tractor up here, as we've got an exciting project underway. As you can see, this area is completely swamped out by brambles. So with the use of our little cat digger here, we're able to clear this space quite quickly, creating a level platform, scrub free, for the base of our new bird hide. We wanted to clear and tidy up the space to give ourselves a little bit more space to work in after we've levelled off the area of ground that we're going to be putting our concrete sleepers on for the base of the hide. Onto the construction. As you can see, we've already put in some concrete plinths just on the floor, and we've levelled those out to make sure that our platform is going to be nice and steady. As you can see now, we're bringing in the prefabricated floor, but it was quite flimsy and definitely needed to be strengthened. You can see we're currently installing some strong beams into the bottom of the floor. This really did help with bringing it all together nice and tight and stopped it from wobbling and being flimsy. After making sure it was level and strong, we then moved into putting on some rubber matting. This will stop any water from ingressing into the ply flooring. The whole construction goes up quite fast at this point. We'd painted the shed back in our workshop. As you can see, it's a bit darker from the orange internals. And now we're putting the roof on. A bit tricky getting those boards lined up and making sure it all fits in nice and snug. So Jack's now working on hanging the doors and making sure that we can lock it, whilst I put on the flashings. It's in this point in the video you can see Jack is putting a bit of reinforcement into the roof. I wasn't happy with how much I could feel it flexing underneath me while I was putting on the roofing felt, getting our bird hide nice and watertight. Annoyingly, one roll of felt just wasn't enough to do the shed. I'd undercalculated, so I had to come back to putting the centrepiece in afterwards. Here I am just cleaning up, putting on the flashings over the apex and just trimming off the excess felt. This was the second quandary. As you can see, we've actually got 6 little windows. And so we're reinforcing around the windows and just trying to make it so we can get some perspex cut in and looking like it's going to be weather tight. When we were looking at it though, we were discussing options. If you were using a telescope, having those little windows would make it very hard to be able to pan out across the view. You might have to keep resetting. So we decided that the little windows just weren't going to be good enough for the job. Now the windows are shored up, we've moved on to doing some insulation. This is spare insulation that was left over from one of our barns when we were insulating that, and the OSB boards we're also reusing. So all of this material for this project is all recycled. This is great, it just stops it from getting too cold when we come down and sit in it during the winter, and it will also help with just stopping it from getting too hot in the summer. So it's great, it gives this use all year round. That's the last little bit of OSB board going on, and the bird hide is insulated. I'm just looking out of these little windows and you can see they're quite tight. This is the reason why I wanted to open them up and turn them into two bigger windows. Now, with all of the prefabricated timber removed, we can start cutting out these little windows and turning it into two bigger picture windows. So Jack had already shored up all the frame, so we've just cut it out, and as you can see, we're putting in all of the block timbers for our new windows that Jack is creating in the workshop. Apologies, we forgot to make a video of the window frames being made. They're up on the back of the quad bike. You can see Jack's just laying them on the floor now and sizing up some plyboard that will soon be replaced with some perspex. Here he is taking his windows down to be fitted. Fortunately for him, they managed to fit quite beautifully. Just custom fitting the trim to go on the outside. This is to stop any of the rain from running down the windows and coming into the bird hide. Now the window frames are installed, the next stage is to install perspex, put a shelf in for our elbows, some seating, and actually make this feel a little bit more like a cosy bird hide.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.